30 zone fails exams quietly because the speed is low but the required awareness is very high. In this video, I will explain how to drive correctly in 30 zones in Germany. With this video, you will understand which rules usually apply in 30 zone, why these areas require extra observations, and the mistakes examiner watch closely, because low speed does not mean low responsibility. So in this video, we will cover everything what you need to know if you want to drive confidently in 30 zone. So now let's talk about what the core rule says. If you found this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel for more practical driving tips and guidance in Germany. So now let's understand what the core rule says. So here the core rule says that in 30 zone maximum permissible speed is 30 km per hour. And then usually fewer traffic lights and priority signs are present when we are driving in 30 zone. And additionally, residential style environment with limited visibility is there when we are driving in 30 zones. In many cases, we have to use the right before left rule. So we have to use the right before left rule when we are driving at unmarked intersections in 30 zone. So now you might be having a question what it means by unmarked intersections. So intersections where there are no traffic lights, no traffic signs, and if there are no priority sign boards, in those intersections are called as unmarked intersections. Also in these zones, we need to remember that these zones often contains pedestrians, cyclists, parked cars and children crossing unexpectedly. So this is all about the core rule about the 30 zone. So now let's understand this core rule with the help of a diagram. So now here we can clearly see an intersection. Now at this intersection, the green vehicle is coming from the left lane, and at the same time the red color vehicle is coming from the right hand lane. So now in this case, the green color vehicle want to go straight, and additionally the red vehicle also want to go straight. So now here we might be having a question, who will cross the intersection first? So now here, before using any priority rule, we have to understand some of the important points, or we need to check some of the important points. So here we need to check if there are any priority roads, then we need to check if there are any traffic lights, and lastly we need to check if there are any traffic signboards. So as in this unmarked intersection, nothing is applied. So this means that we have to use the right before left rule. So this rule simply says that the vehicle coming from the right hand lane will have the first priority. So in our case, the red color vehicle is coming from the right hand lane, so which means that he will be having the first priority. And as soon as he crosses the intersection, the second priority will be given to the green vehicle. So now as we have concluded and decided with the help of right before left rule, red color vehicle will cross the intersection first, and as soon as he crosses the intersection, the green color vehicle will cross the intersection second. Now from the same intersection, if the green color vehicle crosses the intersection first, this is considered as a serious mistake, because if there is a vehicle coming from the right hand lane, as per the priority rule, he will be having the first priority. So this means that the red color vehicle will cross the intersection first, and this is the correct method. So before every intersection, we have to reduce our speed early, then observe carefully, and then we have to stay prepared to stop. In 30 zone, visibility is often limited by parked vehicles. So now in this video, we have understood 30 zone, how to use right before left rule. Now let's understand when this rule does not apply. So this rule does not apply if we see a traffic lights, if we see a priority signboards, and lastly if there are temporary signboards are present. In that case, this rule will not apply. Always follow sign first. For instance, if we see a priority signboard in which lane we are going, this confirms that we have the first priority at that particular intersection. So this is how the priority will be decided. Now let's understand what are the common driving exam mistakes. We need to remember that signs, signals and signs override everything. Now let's understand what are the common driving exam mistakes. So here are some of the common traffic exam mistakes. First, driving too fast for visibility. Second, ignoring right before left rule. Third, missing pedestrians or cyclists near parked cars. And last, late observations at intersections. Here we need to remember that examiners expect calm and controlled driving in 30 zone. Now let's understand what should be the correct thinking process. So whenever we are driving in 30 zone, think like this. First, we need to reduce our speed early. Then second, we need to look careful for the signs. If there are signs present, we have to use or we have to follow the signs. And if no signs are present, we have to use the right before left rule. Stay alert for pedestrians and cyclists. Always remember, slow speed is high awareness. I also recorded a practical driving video in 30 zone where we apply these rules in real traffic situation. This video will help you to understand how much observation these zones actually requires. That's it from this video. Now you clearly understand how to drive safely in 30 zones in Germany.